At 12:30 p.m., Minister for Karamoja Affairs and Woman MP for Manafwa District, Mary Kitutu Kimono, was marched to the Anti-Corruption Court in Kololo to face charges after her arrest on Monday this week. In court, Minister appeared with her brother, Naboya Kitutu Michael, before Chief Magistrate and Corruption Court, Joani Achiro. Minister Kitutu, with her brother, was charged with 6 counts of loss of property, corruption, conspiracy to defraud, and receiving stolen items. They all pleaded not guilty.
So count 1, statement of offense, loss of public property, contrary to section 10, subsection 1 of the Anti-Corruption Act 2009 as amended. Particulars of offense, Kitutu Mary Kimono, between the month of June 2022 and January 2023, at the office of the Prime Minister's stores, Namanve, Mukono District, caused loss of public property in form of 9,000 pre-painted iron sheets of gauge 28 by diverting the said iron sheets from the intended purpose of benefiting the Karamoja Community Empowerment Program to her own benefit and to the benefit of third parties, having reason to believe that such act would result into loss of the said public property. Madam Kitutu, have you heard and understood? Statement of offense, Kitutu Mary Kimono and Abaho Joshua, between the month of June 2022 and January 2023, conspired together by deceit to defraud beneficiaries under the Karamoja Community Empowerment Program of 9,000 pre-painted iron sheets of gauge 28. Madam Kitutu, have you heard and understood?
Receiving stolen property. Who for Nabindu Bibi Naboya Kitutu Michael akali wetu mwezi kwa hasesa bakumwa hakuwele ni mwezi kunyowa January mwahoku kushalo stumi ibu haweka muhabu haweka sub county na Misindwa district wafuna kamabati kageja 28 nga kali reported iron sheets. Nga kuliho imaka ya office of the Prime Minister nga uli mumanyivu uli abeso ni kafuna tawe wategeje charge no wategeje mwiki
Minister Kitutu allegedly diverted 14,500 iron sheets of gauge 28 meant for Karamoja people. Prosecution led by Assistant Director of Public Prosecutions, Josephine Namatov, told court that inquiries are in advanced stage. However, the Assistant Personal Secretary to Minister Kitutu, Joshua Abaho, who was a suspect in this matter, was not in court. With this, they asked court to issue criminal summons.
For this particular case, investigations are still going on, but they are in advanced stage. So we are not yet ready to start the prosecution. Well, he seems to have had a family tragedy, and so he was not able to appear in court today. But the court has issued a criminal summons requiring him to attend court to answer to the charge.
Minister Kitutu, through a legal team led by Michael Wamasepo, former deputy DPP, asked court to grant her bail by presenting for sureties. Kitutu also informed court of her advanced age with medical complications, which requires regular medical treatment.
Kitutu has brought to the court not to mention her own status as the woman MP for Manafa district, where she is very, very much liked by the citizens, because one of the considerations was that whether the safety of the applicant, the community, and the complainants, sometimes someone can be released and then the community is hostile. In this case, medical Kitutu is a darling of the electorate of Manafa district. So the last week she was presiding over the women's celebrations. And she has no previous criminal record. We pray that this court be pleased, therefore, to consider granting her bail on such terms as this court considers just. I so pray, Your Worship, and thank you for listening to me. 61.
You said
60. She's 61. 61. And the guidelines define advanced age to be 60 and above. So she's within that bracket of what we call advanced age.
She's a prominent.
Yes, sir, she's a prominent citizen of this country. I will not go into the details. Your Honor, our client has a fixed place of abode. She has a home in Bunga, where she lives with her family, and that is in Makinye Division. She is married to Mr. Michael Kitutu, another prominent citizen. She is a mother of 7 and a grandmother of 7. Our client owns property within the jurisdiction of this court. She owns land in form of a private minor in Wakiso district, block 241, plot 1264, which is half an acre. She also owns land in the same district of Wakiso. It is block 241, plot 1265. Also a private minor. We have the title deeds here with us. And Your Honor, to indicate her seriousness with which she takes these proceedings, she is ready to deposit these titles in court if the court prefers it that way. Your Honor, the accused also has medical complications that require her to undergo constant medical attention by a specialist. The 2 days during which she has been in custody have been very stressful for her, and her condition has relapsed. The condition which she suffers from It is called hypertensive heart disease with left ventricle stiffness.
Among those who stood sureties for Minister Kitutu include her husband Michael George Kitutu, Simon Mulongo, a former Member of Parliament for Bubulo County East, Seithi Wambedde, MP for Mbale City North Division, and Joel Wandwanga. Prosecution, however, objected to Minister Kitutu's bail grounds, saying is likely to interfere with the investigations.
Presented to court. What we find intriguing, Your Honor, the ailment as submitted to this court, and our concern is the competence of this physician to handle and diagnose.
The state has also not laid any evidence or suggested that any one of the sureties or all of them are indigent persons or they are undischarged bankrupts. So what is the basis to say that they can't pay? In fact, some of our envoys, when they travel around the country, who are representing the country, it's a serious matter if the court suggests that they are unable to pay. It's a serious, you can't say that without basis. So for all those reasons, we pray that the court strikes out the affidavit, holds the presumption of innocence of the accused person, allows her time to go and see the doctor, accepts the cognizance given and the surety that she will come, and we get on with it after all the same investigations are about. So we pray that the court gives reasonable terms in upholding bail as a right. Your Honor, we thank you.
Prosecution also based on affidavits of the investigator in this matter, thus asking court to decline to grant Minister Kitutu bail due to length of the submissions from both sides. Magistrate Asio Joan said 12th April 2023 to deliver a ruling. Trouble for Minister for Karamoja Affairs Mary Greti Kitutu started when her relatives were caught by State House Anti-Corruption Unit with the Office of the Prime Minister iron sheets meant for vulnerable people in Karamoja.
Is she the sacrificial lamb?
Not at all. This is not selective prosecution. What has happened is that the case is being handled in piecemeal. So this is just the first case file. So there's a case file in respect of each suspect, and the case files will be submitted by the police to the office of the DPP for consideration, as and when they complete investigations. Well, I cannot tell you the number of suspects now. All I can say is that we have a case file for each suspect or for each case. For this particular case, investigations are still going on, but they are in advanced stage. So we are not yet ready to start the prosecution.
Although Minister Kitutu at first confessed to have committed the alleged offences, recently before the Parliamentary Presidential Affairs Committee declined to take oath, thus leading to her arrest.
We are tired of corruption in this country. Corruption in this country has gone everywhere, in the church, in ministries, everywhere. So people of Uganda have been complaining that big fish are not being arrested. So I am very happy a big fish has been brought to court over corruption. Number two, the issue of iron sheet and the goat and the food for Karamoja is a very sensitive issue. Karamojongs are dying of hunger. Karamojongs are eating wild leaves and the nuts to survive. Karamojongs are being killed by the Karachunas. Karamojongs cannot have their things taken away, and we say it is normal. That, it is not a big offense. If somebody can take away the food meant to feed a hungry person who is about to die, that person is a murderer. He has the capability of killing people, and the case actually should be an aggravated theft or robbery. It will be a murder case. Because the Karamojongs are dying. Is it a lie? We have seen this on the screen. We have been told this, and this is happening. So I'm very, very happy. I want to thank the president for sanctioning the arrest of the big fish, the minister. I want to thank the CID for doing a meticulous investigation. I want to thank the DPP for sanctioning the file. And I'm very, very grateful. Let this case proceed. Let us convict a minister, jail a minister, and send a message to the people that the government of National Resistance Movement does not tolerate.
The alleged iron sheets made for Karamoja people, Minister Kitutu diverted them to her fellow ministers and members of parliament, among others Prime Minister Robina Nabanja, Vice President Speaker Annette Among, Finance Minister Matia Kasaija, and State Minister Amosiru Gorobi, State Minister for Karamoja Affairs Agnes Nadutu, among others.